Hey guys, it's Bubbly back again with another video. Now today's video is another one of the Battle Build Challenge hosted by the very lovely Havana Sims. So you guys have seen these on the channel before. They're so much fun. Havana hosts them every time. She puts together some rules, and then a group of super talented simmers get together and we create the build based on the rules, and then you guys get to vote to decide who did it best, who comes out on top, and who gets to wear the Build Battle Challenge crown until the next Build Battle comes around. So it's a lot of fun, all in good fun. Everyone's good sports about it, and we like to get you guys involved too, interacting and deciding who wins these challenges. So let's take a look at what Havana has in store for us for this challenge. So we are working with the Chez Llama. We're doing a renovation, and it says here there's kind of a cute humorous backstory to go with this one. It says the Chez Llama Restaurant has been the bougie spot to go to for fine dining. That was until a patron found a rat tail in their soup. A rat tail for real? Okay. The owner has decided to renovate and give it an industrial vibe to compete with the other restaurants. She has enlisted your help, and that is the help of everyone who has entered into this challenge. So the rules: we must keep the shape of the build, but we can add, remove, change windows, doors, fences, etc. Must have a fireplace. The build must include a bar and an activity game. Must adhere to the building code, which just means to follow the guidelines for a restaurant lot type. And the only packs that we cannot use are the vampires and the My First Pets stuff pack. Now, the renovations are coming out on July 20th. That is the day that this video is being released, and Havana is going to be doing a tour of all of the builds on Twitch at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to check out all of the builds with Havana and some of the people who entered into this challenge, make sure you head over to her Twitch channel today, July 20th, at 2 p.m. Eastern, and you can see a walkthrough of every build. So that is the details of this challenge. So when I started out with this build, I really had no idea what I was going to do, and I feel like that's just like the common theme for me when I'm building. I don't usually have a game plan to start with. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe it tends to work out in the end. I don't know. Maybe things would go a little bit faster or a little bit smoother if I actually plan things out in advance. But honestly, if I try to make plans ahead of time, things just don't seem to work out for me the way I like them to. So my approach is to just kind of jump in and see what happens. Whether that's good, bad, or indifferent, I don't know. But that is my approach. So, with this build, it was no different. I had no idea what I was going to do. I hadn't really spent any time in this particular build. And that's one of the things that I really like about Havana's challenges, is that she takes EA lots and we renovate them as part of the challenge, which gives me an opportunity to see what actually came with the game. What did they provide for us? Because honestly, I don't really use a lot of EA created builds that come with the game. I pretty much switch up everything to my own liking. Either I build the things that I need, or I download them from my favorite creators. And honestly, I do use a save file from Jenba. I think I've mentioned this in a video before. I absolutely love her save file. There are so many cute, adorable, amazing builds in her save file, and it also comes with Sims in it as well. So you have your standard traditional Sims, like the goths and the, the BFF households and all that. Those are still there. But she's also included some new families in her save file. So you got a mix of some fresh Sims roaming around your world, which I really appreciate. So doing this challenge gives me an opportunity to actually take a look at these EA created builds. And I'll be honest with you, for the most part, I don't really like them. I just don't think they tend to spend a ton of time on creating these builds, which I'm fine with because I like to do my own thing anyway. But this particular build, I actually really liked how they designed it. I was like, this is actually really cute. And I've not really used it before. I think I may have peeked in it a long time ago, but I honestly couldn't even remember what this restaurant looked like. So when I put it in my game, opened it up and took a look around on the inside, I was like, I really like how this is laid out. It's really cute. I like how there's different levels to it, and it has that loft feel. And I thought Havana did a good job in choosing this one to have an industrial vibe to it. So I just kind of deleted the stuff that I didn't want and then jumped in to try to figure out how this build was going to turn out. So in the beginning of this video, you will see a lot of stuff go in, and then by the end of it, pretty much all of it gets changed. And I think that's probably one of the, I don't know if it's a drawback, but it's definitely a common theme in my videos. You will see a build look one way at the beginning, but by the end of the video, it's turned into something completely different. And that's just me, you guys. That's my style. That's how I roll. I gotta do me. So with this build, there was no exception. I was just, at first, some of the furniture that was in the front, especially the front of the build, I thought I was gonna use. And then I ended up not liking it, and I switched it out for something completely different, which I ended up thinking turned out pretty cute. I was really happy with how it turned out in the end. Now, in the actual dining area where all of the tables are, there's kind of two areas. There's like the big main area, and then there's another side area closer to the bar. Now, in the main area and in the bar area, I used some of this industrial flooring. I have never used this flooring before, but I have always wanted to, but it's kind of quirky, kind of wonky. It doesn't really go with a whole lot. I don't really do industrial builds too much, so I haven't really had a reason to use it, but I've really been wanting to because it's kind of cool looking. It's very different, it's unusual, and I've been wanting to put it in a build. So I was determined to make it work in this build. And at first I wasn't sure if I was going to make it work, but in the end I worked it out, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So the second dining area is kind of sectioned off right next to the bar in this little, I don't know, it's like a smaller part of the restaurant. And I tried to make it a little bit more private. So if you were having like maybe a small family dinner or something like that, you could go into this little area and have a bit more privacy because it's behind a wall that has a bunch of glass windows. Well, windows would be glass, wouldn't they? Don't mind me. But it's behind a wall, and then there is a separation between the two sections. There's a wall in between those two, so you can have two different parties there at the same time, just enjoying a little bit more privacy as they eat the delicious food that the Chez Llama has prepared for you. Now, I used a lot of stuff from, which I was kind of surprised. I used a lot of stuff from the bowling pack, and I didn't really think that that was a pack that I would use for an industrial build, just because, I don't know, I get 70s vibes from that pack, but it worked out. I really like those chairs and table that came with that pack, and I thought it was perfect in this build, so I just kind of went with it. And I was really trying to make this build feel like It was kind of over the top, maybe trying a little bit too hard to be trendy. So the backstory is this restaurant was the bougie spot in town, but they had some issues with some rats. They ended up with the tail and the food, so everything had to get redone. So the approach that I ended up taking was that now these owners are embarrassed by the situation that happened, and they really want to bring in a completely different crowd that maybe has no idea what the Chez Llama is. They've never heard of it before, and so now they want to come check it out because it's the cool spot in town. So I feel like these owners might have went a little bit over the top in the other direction of being the trendy spot in town, and they just kind of threw a whole bunch of things of what they felt was trendy into this restaurant, and it just becomes this hodgepodge of colorful, kind of eclectic feel to it. And that was really the approach that I ended up with, and I really like how it turned out. I especially like these garage doors that I put in. I believe those came in with City Living. I think it was City Living, but I thought it was a cute idea to have those as a backdrop, as part of those little private areas for them to enjoy, something visual to enjoy. Now, in the main dining room, there is that huge karaoke machine, which I thought was kind of cool. Karaoke, something that I enjoy in real life, because my inner singer just is dying to come out, you guys. My inner singer is dying to come out and let the world know I'm here. So I live vicariously through my Sims and have them sing their little hearts out on the karaoke machines. But I thought it would be cool to have the karaoke machine on that spot, that's because it's a split level there, and it was like perfect for like a little stage. So I said, why not have a little live entertainment? We'll throw a karaoke machine in here, and you can get up and sing a song while you're waiting for your food to come, or you can serenade your boo thing if you're on a romantic date, and let everybody know that you are claiming your boo, and don't nobody, not you or you, put your hands on my man. That's all I'm saying. At least that's how my Sims get down. So in the bar area, I didn't change a whole lot over here in this area. I think I added some pipes, and then I switched out those counters that were in there. I don't know if they were counters or some kind of storage thing. I switched those out, and I put in the island counters that I think those are base game. I put those in, the industrial looking ones, and then I added some of those metal support beams. I've put them in quite a few places in this build, and I really like how it looks, especially in the bar area here, because it looks like it's part of a shelving system with all of the alcoholic beverages, or the juice, because we don't have alcohol in the Sims, we have juice in the Sims. So it's for all of the different juice options we have available for our Sims to enjoy on a night out. So I thought that worked out pretty cool. And those support beams are they're around doorways. There's some on the outside of the build that you guys will see a little bit later on. And then I did this design going up the side of the building in the front and in the back to almost look like a ladder that's going to the roof of the build, which you guys will also see later on, which is kind of cool. I really like how that looked. Now in the main dining room, I was gonna put a fountain there, but then I just felt like it really wasn't going with the vibe of how the build was turning out. So I did remove that, and then I put some more support beams up, and then I did this cool thing, well, at least I thought it turned out pretty cool, where I put a couple of paintings inside of that support beam structure, and then I added some mirrors and kind of offset the mirrors with the paintings, and I thought that was a cute idea. I like how that turned out. Just a little bit of color, a little bit of pop, and a little bit of reflection, so you can check out, how am I looking? Do I look cute? Of course I look cute. Don't I always look cute? No, I'm just kidding. My Sims always tend to look cute, which I was, kind of reminded of that by Mr. War Pig, yes. And then we ended up doing the Average Joe Challenge, which there will be another season of Average Joe coming up in the near future. So stay tuned for that. But so basically this build went pretty smoothly. I was kind of nervous about getting it done. I've just been really busy in my personal life, and I was running out of time to get this build done, and I sent a message to Havana, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. I'm trying to get it done, but I did manage to eke it out in the end, and I'm really glad I did, because I kind of love how this turned out. I think it's super cute. I love all of the bright colors and just the mix of different textures, and it's supposed to have an industrial vibe. I'm not 100% sure how successful I was on translating that industrial vibe through. I hope that's coming across to you guys, that this is supposed to be an industrial build. But I did try my best. But either way, I really, really enjoyed how this turned out so much. Now, on the second level of this build, there really wasn't a whole lot going on up there originally. There's like a long hallway, the bathrooms are up there, and then they had some like fencing, like a decorative looking fencing in the ceiling with some lights, and that was pretty much it. But I thought I didn't want this to just be a restaurant, because where I live, restaurants tend to turn into clubs on the weekends at night. So I don't know if you guys have anything like that where you live, but where I live, the place that you go to eat dinner during the week could be the coolest place to hang out at night on the weekends. So I decided to make like a little club vibe on the second level. I put a dance floor up there with a DJ booth, and there is some additional seating up there, like a small little lounge area up there as well, so you can just kind of hang out, chit chat with your boo or your girlfriends or your boys if you're hanging out with your boys, and just have a good time. Maybe you're looking for a boo thing. I don't know. Could be. My Sims are always looking for love. Maybe in the wrong places, but they're definitely looking for the romance. So we have a little bit of entertainment and fun going on the second level, and then there is also an outdoor patio up there that has a dartboard and more seating, and there's also another bar out there. There is another seating area in the front of the build as well. There are some couches out there, some plants, and then I also put that table that has the fire right in the center, which is really cool. I really like that. I would love to have something like that in my own backyard. It would be really, really cool. Nice place to hang out with your friends in the backyard. Since I don't have one, I tend to give one to my Sims. So I'm all about making my Sims happy. My Sims are very well taken care of. But that's pretty much it for this build, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun putting it together. I didn't actually build this one, but it was really fun just being able to decorate and not have to worry about floor plans and building the entire structure. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it too. Comment down below and let me know what you think about this build. And don't forget that you can vote for your favorite renovation of the Chez Llama. There's gonna be a link in the description down below, so you can put your vote in for who you think renovated it best. And then also don't forget that Havana is going to be touring all of the builds at 2 p.m. on the 20th of July. That is the day that this video is being released. So make sure you go look for her over on Twitch if you want to check that out and watch the tours in live real time with Havana and some of the other builders that were a part of this challenge. So you guys, I really hope you had a good time here with me today. I always enjoy spending my time with you. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So I really appreciate when you come and hang out with me so much. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please give me a big thumbs up. And also make sure you're heading over to the other builders in this challenge. I should have read off the names to you for everybody that's involved in this build. I kind of forgot, but don't worry, I'll have it all linked down below so you guys can easily find those other videos. There's going to be a playlist in the description also, so you can binge watch it all in one swoop, or you can take your time and get through all of the videos and then decide who renovated the Chez Llama best. So if you're brand new to the channel, I want to personally thank you so much for being here, especially if you've made it this far in the video. I appreciate you. And if you enjoyed today's content, consider hitting that sub button and tapping the notification bell so you don't miss the next video or the next build battle challenge, because they are a lot of fun, you guys. So as always, guys, thank you so much for being here with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Can't run from what I feel inside. There's no more time to hide, because I feel again, I feel again. Oh,